What's going on, doers? Another episode. All right, so we are at the Nike Clearance Store. So this is not a Nike outlet. This is like a Nike clearance store. Pretty much, it's just imagine at a Nike outlet, all the back wall stuff, just pretty much a whole store of it, which is awesome. And this place, this store has some great stuff. So every time we're here, or at least here a couple of hours, because there's just so much stuff that you really have to take your time and do the research on and see if it's worth it, because I mean there's just so much stuff that you can just spend hours and hours and hours just going through it. So, and the cool thing about this shop, this store is, before we were gonna head over here, Jesse told me, he's like, should we go to Marshall's or Ross to a route, or should we just go to the Nike Clearance Store? And I'm like, well, let's go to the Nike Clearance Store, plus we haven't been there in a while. And then that's what he told me. He called ahead of time, and the whole store was pretty much 30% off. So all these prices you're seeing right here, it's 30% off on top of that. So, I mean, there's great deals. So, I mean, there was a few things that were full retail, but you still got 30% off of that. But yeah, I mean, it's just kind of hard not to go if everything's at 30% off. But I'm pretty sure what they do, they mark up a little bit of the price, because that's sometimes you see a double stick or so. I think they mark up the price a little bit just to offset the cost. So it's smart marketing. But anyways, yeah, there was a lot of Air Maxes. There's a bunch of LeBrons, KDs, Kyries. As you'll see here, there was a bunch of also those trainers. Now, the problem with the trainers is some colorways will do well, and some other ones where I'll point them out to you. Jordan 2s, those didn't do that well. They're still sitting. That's crazy. Jordan 1s, some Jordan Superfly. Yeah, so I mean, this is me just walking down the second aisle. So, kind of what I do is, if I see a shoe I'm not too sure about, I'll just grab a couple of shoes or whatever shoes I have, and I'll walk at the end of the aisle. There's like a little bench, I sit down and then I'll do the numbers there. So, but the first roundabout, I kind of glance through and see what they have. These are the trainers I was telling you about. So some of the colorways, like the camo colorways, do super well. All these really didn't do that well. They sold for like 45 through 75 on eBay. So there really isn't that much money to be made on those. What else do we have? So you'll see some Air Maxes, like I said before. What else do they have? I mean, they just had a bunch of stuff. You had to go through all the Air Force One mid. They had a bunch of these Air Force One mids. So like I said, any price you see there, it's 30% on top of that. So, which is awesome. So, some Hirachis. Flyknits. Yeah, there's just so much stuff. And then Jesse's in the other aisles. So kind of what we do is, once we get there, we split up. He goes to the smaller sizes, I go to the bigger sizes, and we just meet in the middle, so that way we can cover everything. So like, here's some Shadow Flyknit 1s, full retail, but it was 30% off. Some soccer shoes really weren't worth that much. These are some weird Air Max 97 Silver Bullet kind of, I forget what they're called. Some camos. And you'll see there's a bunch of LeBrons. But like LeBrons, you never know. Some of the, even like these soldiers, I haven't seen any of the new LeBron 15s in the big sizes at all. I really even haven't seen the LeBron 15s, except for, I'll show you guys at the end of the video. More Air Maxes. Yeah, as you guys can see, it's just walls. I mean, it's awesome. So, make sure you take your time and, plan it out, because you'll be there for a good minute. Now over at the 10.5 section. One thing I noticed about this Nike is each section like from 11 to 12, 13, they had different shoes versus the smaller sections. So actually those Jordan Golf 3s, those cements, I got so excited. But they were full retail, and those actually they weren't doing that well on eBay. So I thought they were going for about $2 something. Some Shocks. I'm not a really fan of those Shocks. And I used to love the Shocks back in the days. I had so many of them. They were so comfortable. I thought they were the coolest things as well. But what's crazy is some guy found a pair of the old school Shocks, like the ones that I know, and size 11, and I think that was the only pair there was. But one thing what's cool also about this Nike is that let's say you find a pair of shoes and you want to grab or cop another pair, and you're not sure if they have any, find an employee, they can scan it, and then they can let you know if there are other pairs, excuse me, and where they are at, or if there are not any pairs, and if that's the only one that's in the store or what's left, or XYZ. So that's a really cool thing about Nike that they do. So if you guys didn't know that, just a little tip. Also, I saw a bunch of those Nike finger traps, but a lot of them were like by team, like football teams. Some of them, the Patriot finger traps. I saw like it was just some random sports team. I think some college teams as well, like Michigan. But yeah, those didn't do so well. And then some OGB windows. I love those. I wish they had those in my size. And then just going down the aisles, just going down. Some Huaraches, 2Ks, 69 plus 30%. These KBs, 9. They want 90 plus 30%. So that's still a little bit too much. I actually like these LeBron Soldiers. So as you can see, these are smaller sizes. Some KDs, these are really nice. I actually grabbed a pair of those when it was family and friends, and I got them, I think, for the same price, and I sold them for full retail. So, you know, I mean, I don't know why I didn't cop those. Maybe I had my eye on something else. But yeah, like this is now towards the back wall. These are all, like the back wall for over there is bigger sizes. So like 13, 14, 15. So some Jordan 1s. Those are actually pretty nice. Actually, some guy grabbed those, some Huaraches, plus 30% off. I'm sorry, not Huaraches. But they did have some Huaraches there for $29 or $24.99 plus 30% off. Yeah, some Air Forces, some Cortezes, and then these are more. What size are these? Oh yeah, these are smaller sizes because yeah, these are Jordan 10s. So they went 30% off. Jesse found some Jordan 4 Motorsport blues, the black ones, but he didn't grab them because they were I think 129 plus 30%. But the shoe, it was, you could tell it was a display. For one, it said display inside, and two, there was just something about it that leather, it just looked a little torn up. So we passed on those. And then some other guy, some LeBron kids, some other guy found some Jordan 4s above the rim, 4s, the blue ones. So they were 129 and then 30% off. So those were more of a personal cop than free to flip, because I think on eBay they're doing about 125. They're around the same price. So all right, guys, that's about it. So we're gonna head back to the crib and just kind of go over and everything we got and how much we spend. All right, guys, back at the house. Show you guys what we picked up. This is Jesse's section. So you got these Kobe ADs, size 10, plus 30%. So these came out to $35. His biggest come up were these, the bands, the 31s. 129, 30%. So they come out to what, $91, right? Something like that.
It was actually $99.99.
That was $99. Ooh.
So it come out to $68.
Ooh, so $68. And this Nike jersey. This is the good kind because it's all embroidered. $150. You got it for $50. This didn't have 30% off, so. But this is really good come out. And then some Air Maxes, B-dubs, size 10. 60 with 30% off. I got a pair, so he got a pair that both size 10. And then this is my section over here. Got these KDs, size 12, $70 plus 30%. And then I got 2 pairs of these Kobe's AD size 12. And then Jesse's helped me find these, LeBrons, plus 30%. So here's the receipt. You guys can pause it, but everything came out to $223.30. So nice day.
And
Jesse.
we got a gift cards.
And we got gift card. That's right. Oh, I hate Yeezys. And if we spent over $200, so we got a $50 gift card, and you got a $25 gift card. You spent over $100. So yeah, good day. So we're gonna be posting these right now. We're gonna post these probably $75, $80. These I'll probably do for like $120, $130. These I'll probably do for between $130, $150. Same thing with these. These are Jesse's. Do the same price. What are you gonna list these at, Jesse? The 31s.
120, 130.
120, 130. You probably get a little bit more, probably 140, 160. And he probably do the same thing on that. He's probably selling the jersey probably for like a one something, like 110, 120. And he got the hat for himself. All right, guys, that's it. And until next time, peace.